see all of you coming back after church on this lovely Sunday. I guess we had a little shower while we were earlier today. I couldn't believe it was raining. So anyway, welcome, and I almost don't need to introduce these gentlemen to you, but I can't believe that Miroslav is now going into his senior year at Peabody. I know, I think it was just going to Peabody when we first started collaborating. So I'm always happy to have them here. They're so talented and they're so generous and they're so truthful to their faith and to people who have helped them along their way. So, Nazari is a school teacher in Barrington, I believe, elementary ed in Barrington. So he is starting his second year of teaching elementary education. So without waiting any longer, let's give them a nice round of applause and welcome them.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Nazari. This is my brother Miroslav, and we would like to start with a beautiful piece of music right away before we tell you more. But thank you again for coming, and please enjoy this next beautiful piece by Bach. I love to perform Bach because it's a timeless music that brings a lot of memories, but for me personally, for my education years, but also gives a lot of wonderful melodies to you all. So, first piece, Bist du bei mir. Please refer to the program that we're going to have to present on the TV today. And Bist du bei mir is a song full of devotion. It was a popular piece of music at the household of J.S. Bach himself, as well as his church. Here's the translation of what I'm going to sing in German. If you are with me, I will gladly go to my death and to my rest. Ah, how pleasant would my end be if your dear fair hands shut my faithful eyes.
Schönen Hände
die getreuen Augen zu. Bist du bei mir, geh ich mit Freuden zum Sterben und zu meiner Ruhe, zum Sterben und zu meiner Ruhe.
Okay. Anyway, I think it's my turn to say something. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miroslav, and it is great to be here. It's our tremendous pleasure to be here and perform another concert at Prince of Peace. I think most of you already know us, and you already saw us today playing at your service, which was very beautiful. So I don't think I'll need to say too much about ourselves, but I just wanted to kind of mention that obviously we were born in Kyiv, Ukraine, and we moved to the US 8 years ago. The reason some of you will probably remember that I, as a pianist, participated in your church services quite often last summer. However, unfortunately, due to the fact that our family moved to New Lenox, it's a town, in the south of Illinois, maybe near Joliet. Some of you probably know. It's quite far to this church. So unfortunately, this summer I didn't have a lot of opportunity to come here and play for you. But I'm just saying this because I remember that last summer it was such a pleasure to play for you during your services, and we also did a couple of mini concerts with Sharon at the time, which were also truly wonderful. All in all, it's just great to be back here, and I also will say that Nazari hasn't been here for a while, so it's great to welcome him here and perform another concert. So you just heard the wonderful Bis du bei mir, and the title of the concert is Concert of Classical Music and Biblical Art Songs, or just biblical songs based on the scriptures. This concert is very special to us, and it's very meaningful for two reasons. First, in the first half of the concert, so to speak, you will hear the three German Bs, as we call them, Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms, the three German great composers, which is actually the first time that I'm playing them in this order. So it's very special for me. It's always very special and kind of interesting to see the progression of music, how it developed from Bach to Brahms. And then in the second half of the concert, you will hear the biblical songs that we chose with Nazari, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that, so I don't want to kind of reveal all the cards immediately. But it's really great to be here, and we just want to say thank you so much for coming. As always, thank you so much to Pastor Jonah and Sharon and Jackie and all the staff for making this possible. I don't want to miss any names, but we're just super grateful for all your support. In addition, we truly appreciate all your donations and the love offering. It really makes it possible for us to do what we do, and also for me personally to continue my studies at Peabody. Sharon, by the way, mentioned that I will be beginning my senior year at Peabody, so that's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to next year. So with that, I think that's all the announcements I have. And now, without further ado, I'm just going to say a couple of words about my solo piece, my first solo piece. So you will hear Bach's Partita No. 1 in B flat major first. And I just want to give a little bit of context. The partitas are a set of 6 keyboard suites that Bach composed during his lifetime. By the way, I'm going to mention terms partitas and suites interchangeably because essentially they mean the same thing. Bach also composed 6 French suites and 6 English suites, yet this set, the partitas, is considered to be the most technically demanding. Now, some of you may ask me, what is a suite itself? Essentially, in its simplest definition, it is a collection of dances, and this form was very popular in the Baroque time. Many composers were writing suites. The partita that I will play for you is overall a very happy and graceful piece. It opens with a beautiful prelude, followed by many other dances. For example, you will hear a moderately paced and graceful allemande, which was a German dance, a fast courante. Courante in French literally means running, followed by a slow and beautiful sarabande and a couple of other dances. I hope that you will enjoy this set. Oh, and just one last announcement, and this is kind of the request that I usually make. As I like to say, if you could please refrain from clapping between the movements, that would be greatly appreciated. As I always say, you can clap as much as possible, as much as you want in the very end. So, so please refrain from clapping between the movements. Thank you so much, and I hope you will enjoy this beautiful partita. Thank you. So this was the beautiful Bach, and you could hear that the last dance was a jig, which was an English dance, and maybe some of you noticed how my left hand was jumping over my right hand quite a lot, so it was quite jumpy in this way, and really interesting, by the way. I have not noticed Bach writing in this particular style before, so it's very interesting. Okay, so now moving on to Beethoven and Brahms, the two also famous German composers after Bach, and they were influenced by Bach quite a lot. I'm going to introduce both of these pieces together because they are relatively short. So, starting with Beethoven, we have his Piano Sonata Number 5 in C minor, and I will play only the first movement of this sonata. The sonata is composed in the key of C minor, as I mentioned, and this key is truly significant for Beethoven because he wrote some of his most famous and most dramatic works in this key. Pieces like his Pathetique Sonata and his Fifth Symphony immediately come to mind. The Fifth Symphony is ta-ta-ta-tom, ta-ta-ta-tom, the famous opening. So it is no wonder then that this sonata is quite dramatic in its character. Again, as I said, I won't play the whole sonata due to somewhat limited time, but you can hear even in the first movement this tumultuous and dramatic character. Then after that, I will go move on to Brahms' Piano Sonata Number 1 in C major. You will hear that in some ways the sonatas begin in a similar way, but they are different in that Brahms' sonata, it begins in a more triumphant and kind of almost like glorious, glorified way. So. Just a little bit of context behind this piece. Brahms' Piano Sonata Number 1 was composed in 1853, when Brahms was only 20 years old. Now, I like to mention this context because looking at how really magnificent and and massive this work is, it's truly fascinating to think that Brahms composed it at such a young age. The whole sonata goes for about 30 minutes, just so you know. So obviously, I think the first movement will suffice. Even though it's his first published work, Brahms had actually composed his second piano sonata before this one. But he decided to publish this piece first because he deemed it of higher quality. So even at that time, Brahms was quite critical of himself. And the sonata definitely shows the signs to impress in its virtuosity and just dramatic character. So once again, I hope that you will enjoy first Beethoven's Piano Sonata, or I should say the first movement of his Piano Sonata in C minor, and then Brahms, the first movement of Brahms' Piano Sonata in C major. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Wow, that was dramatic, right? Now, let's give a round of applause to Nazari because, yes, as he comes on the stage, thank you. So now we're starting our second half of the concert, and mostly Nazar will be speaking. So this is the last time I'm announcing. But what I just wanted to say is that just talk a little bit about the inspiration about this part, because in many ways they are not really connected. So the first half is sort of just like solo pieces, and now it's more about Nazari and his beautiful voice and singing. But the reason why I wanted to make this, to talk a little bit about this, is because the story behind how we came up with this theme, I think it's quite fascinating. So back in the winter, I think it was in January, I was unexpectedly contacted by a Ukrainian composer, who is from Kiev, the same city that we are from, and he currently lives in South Carolina. He primarily is a cellist, but he also works as a composer, and his name is Yuri Leonovich. So I was contacted by him. He just found my emails somehow on the internet, and he said, and he shared with us some of his works that he recently completed. And Nazari and I were I think we were very excited to work with this composer, because I think it's actually the first time that we're doing something like this, so it's a huge honor for us. But this was also exciting because primarily because of two reasons. First, obviously, since he's from Ukraine and we're also from Ukraine, many of you know that we have been promoting the Ukrainian culture for a long time now, especially since the war started, unfortunately. And we still, we still aim to do that. So, in one sense, this only it helped us to continue promoting the Ukrainian culture with these beautiful songs, and especially because they are also modern, by a modern composer. But the second, and in a way maybe even more importantly, this set called Biblical Songs, it essentially gave us this idea: why don't we look at other pieces and songs that are based on biblical text, and why don't we prepare this as the theme for the concert? So in many ways I would say that this set and this collaboration with Mr. Leonovich, it really essentially helped us to come up with this theme, which is very meaningful and I think which is very beautiful. And it works especially well on this day. I think it's especially appropriate since it's Sunday today. So I just wanted to say this brief context, and here is a quote by Yuri Leonovich in describing the whole set of biblical songs. Quote, inspired by my love for Dvorak, and particularly his biblical songs, Opus 99, a stunning cycle of 10 settings based on psalm text, and recognizing a gap in the repertoire, I felt a need for biblical art songs in a Slavic language. While there are numerous sacred settings of scripture in English, the majority of biblical texts set to music are choral or liturgical, often in Latin, Church Slavonic, or German. Little representation of this genre exists in Ukrainian, and I wanted to address that need, end quote. Obviously he wrote much more than this in his kind of description of the biblical songs, and these pieces I just personally want to say they're just really amazing and beautiful. So it truly has been an honor for us and pleasure to work with this composer. Yeah, I hope you will enjoy the 4 songs that we're going to present. Thank you.
Now, I really appreciate all your time, and I think I do have to say a few more words from myself, and mostly I will just say a big thank you to all of you who are here today and your wonderful audience. And this is also true to our audience this summer. We are blessed to have performances in great churches around Chicago area, and we can perform this set of music and biblical art songs and based on hymn tunes and biblical words, because we are performing in beautiful churches that are welcoming and open-minded and want to hear about Ukrainian heritage that we have. So today I wear a little bit of this Ukrainian heritage. And so please enjoy this second part. And I will go into the words that I'll be singing. Some of these words you already heard in the church service today while we worship together. And so I will begin with what you see on the screen, Proverbs 31st. I will be reading English translation of the Ukrainian text that you're going to hear later. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. Many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised.
Сила та пишність одежа її, і сміється вона до прийдешнього дня. До прийдешнього дня. Свої уста вона відкриває на мудрість, і милостива наука їй на язиці. Багато було тих чеснотних дочок, та ти їх усіх перевищила. Краса та омана, то врода марнота. Жінка ж богобоязна, вона буде хвалена.
And Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. And he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me.
Господь то мій пастир, тому в недостатку не буду. На пасовиськах зелених оселить мене, на тихую воду мене запровадить. Він душу мою відживляє, провадить мене ради імення свого по стежках справедливости. Коли я піду, хоча б навіть долиною смертної темряви, то не буду боятися злого, бо ти при мені. Твоє жезло й твій посох, вони мене втішать.
Psalm 121. I will lift up my eyes to the hill. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep you going out and coming in from this time forth and forevermore.
Свої очі я зводжу на гори, звідки прийде мені допомога. Мені допомога від Господа, що вчинив небо і землю. Він не дасть захитатись нозі твоїй, не здрімає твій сторож. Оце не дрімає й не спить сторож Ізраїлів. Господь стерегтиме тебе від усякого зла, стерегтиме він душу твою. Господь стерегтиме твій вихід та вхід відтепер аж на віки.
Lamentation 22. Revelation 22. Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, bright as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb through the middle of the street of the city. Also on either side of the river, the tree of life, with its 12 kinds of fruit, yielding its fruit each month. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. No longer will there be anything accursed, and night will be no more. They will need no light of the lamp or sun, for the Lord God will be their light, and they will reign forever.
Показав він мені чисту ріку живої води. Ясну, мов кришталь, що випливала з престолу Бога і Агнця. Посеред його вулиці, і по цей бік, і по той бік ріки й дерево життя, що родить 12 раз плоди, кожного місяця приносячи плід свій. А листя дерев на вздоровлення народів, і жодного прокляття більше не буде, а ночі вже більше не буде, і не буде потреби в світлі світильника, ані в світлі сонця, бо освітлює їх Господь Бог, а вони царюватимуть вічні віки.
What a blessing to have this piece. And I do have to say thanks to my brother, who I would not be able to do this without, because, you know, these connections and these great opportunities don't show themselves always, but we're happy to be here again and show all this wonderful music. I hope you're enjoying and following me as much as you can. I would love to go on and bring some interesting modern music. You know, Miroslav noticed that I, as his brother Nazari, I always bring something interesting. And so he doesn't have that kind of modern, outside-of-the-box stuff presented to him at college, because he has to do something canonical. So please just listen, and I think I will just start with this, that many songs have been inspired by the text from the Bible. And many hymns, for this same reason, are bringing out the text of the Bible and making it life. And here I will perform next two art songs, and they excerpt these two famous hymns. Nearer, My God, to Thee, from the Down East, and then Shall We Gather at the River, all composed by Charles Ives. Charles Ives was the American composer from the East Coast, who was very philosophical and had deep faith, but he wrote a very modern style of music, which was very ahead of his time. And I think you will enjoy it, but also try to keep your mind open. At the same time, I feel and I believe that this music is full of unique expression, which is directly connected to the meaning of the words. So here are two songs by Charles Ives. Please enjoy. Down East and then At the River. Your applause will be appreciated at the end of these two songs. Here we go.
the sea stands an old red farmhouse that watches o'er the lea. All that is best in me, lying deep in memory, draws my heart where I would be, nearer to thee. Every Sunday morning when the chores were almost done, from that little parlor sounds the old melodeon. Nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, with those strains of stronger hope comes nearer to me. Shall we gather at the river, where bright angel feet have trod, with its crystal tide forever, flowing by the throne of God? Gather at the river. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Yes, we'll gather at the river that flows by the throne of God. Shall we gather? Shall we gather at the river?
All right, I hope you were transported into the previous century. That was a tumultuous century, and so these two pieces were written during the World War I, which brings those memories of something else to me, which is happening right now in Ukraine too. But I enjoyed singing this to you because every art piece has something divine in it. So I would like to move on, and at this time, I would like to present Every Valley. Every valley shall be exalted, based on the Isaiah 40, verse 4 in the Bible. This is part of the larger passage that speaks of God's power and the coming of salvation.
Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain shall see it together. For the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain made low, and the crooked straight, and the rough places plain, and all flesh shall see it together. For the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. For the mouth of the Lord hath spoken Amen.
I hope along this way you had one of your favorite hymns be performed, or maybe one of your favorite Bible verses on the screen and in the words. But we're approaching the end. Again, it was a pleasure to share all this music with you today, and thank you for having us. Please support such concerts with a free will offering at the end, and we appreciate such support very much. All right, last hymn that we would like to perform is a special hymn for any big occasion. I believe this is a worthwhile occasion for you all and for me to be here with my brother Miroslav. We're going to wish you a farewell for now, and this is our last piece, On Eagle's Wings. Please enjoy.
And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, tear you on the For to his angels is given a command to guard you in all of your ways. Upon their hands they will bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you, and hold you. And hold you in the palm of his hand. Of his
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. That was so beautiful, so moving. So many different pieces were so moving. And just as Pastor Jonah said this morning about being distracted, right? And just being concentrated and letting the joy just come to you, or you letting the joy in. This is what this does for me. I hope it did for you too. Just to give you time to take a breath and just absorb the music, and obviously their love and dedication behind it. So we bless you and wish you all the best and pray for you in your next endeavors, and appreciate this so very much that you shared this with us. So there's a basket at the back.